In a world where cursed energy devours everything, one name still echoes through the silence: Itadori Yuji. Once a vessel, now a storm that learned to walk as a man. When Gojo fell, the balance of the Jujutsu world shattered. But in that void, something began to awaken. They thought this story would end with Sukuna's curse. They were wrong. This is the tale of a boy who defied fate itself, the one who looked into the abyss and smiled back. This is Time Skip Yuji. We know that Time Skip Yuji is meant to show a more advanced, powerful version of him, potentially pushing new limits hinted by Gege Akutami. One of the burning questions in the fandom is, could Time Skip Yuji surpass Gojo Satoru? We'll do a deep dive into powers Yuji could have, what hints we've already seen, and whether surpassing Gojo is realistic from a narrative standpoint. Before Time Skip, Yuji already has a solid foundation. Any Time Skip growth builds on this. Yuji has superhuman strength and speed reflexes that allow him to dodge high velocity attacks. He's a master of hand-to-hand combat, combining martial arts with cursed energy reinforcement to land powerful punches. He uses divergent fists, where cursed energy lags behind a physical strike. He's demonstrated reverse curse technique by absorbing cursed energy and converting/reversing it. He has shown the ability to do Black Flash, which is a rare perfect timing technique where cursed energy is applied within an extremely tight window after a strike. Yuji has done Black Flashes in succession. And Yuji is a vessel for Sukuna, giving him some resilience to curses, poison, and unique link to powerful cursed energy. He has soul damage capabilities, meaning he can affect the soul essence of a curse, not just their physical form. This helps against entities like Maruto, whose form manipulation is tied to soul control. And this is a real big side note. I hate the fact that we never got to see his domain expansion. He's one of the biggest what ifs in the JJK universe, man. Gege, you really... Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm also interested to see if he has his own innate curse technique. I know he has so many adaptive techniques, but to compete with Gojo's Limitless, he needs a technique of his own, which would give his character more uniqueness. Also, I'm really hoping to see the development of his domain expansion, because when we originally saw it, it didn't really seem like much, because in his fight against Sukuna, it just seemed like he took him to, I guess, what do you call it, memory lane, I guess, and then that was kind of it. And none of us could really see an actual conclusion to what his domain really was because of the lack of information. However, this is what I think it would look like. It would be a metaphysical arena where Yuji forces his opponent's true self, their soul, to manifest before him. Within the space, lies, barriers, and external curse energy manipulation are stripped away. 100% soul vulnerability, where opponents can't use physical or external techniques to mask their core. Attacks hit the soul directly. And this kind of speaks to what Yuji kind of did to Sukuna in his domain expansion, where a faint crimson aura leaks through the walls, the last echo of Sukuna's powers, now purified and weaponized by Yuji's will. And it seems kind of similar to Gojo's Infinity, because Sukuna was literally trapped in memory lane and had no real way of leaving until he was spiritually shattered, which is the reason why I think he died. And I really think this is Yuji's technique, if not his technique, something in this realm, because it literally looked like Sukuna was doing soul searching in that last couple of chapters. But yeah, we don't really know, but we're gonna get more information very, very, very soon. And this is why a domain like that would fit. Yuji's entire story revolves around humanity, the soul, and emotion. He's the antithesis to Gojo and Sukuna. Not a god, not a curse, but a man who bridges the two. A domain centered around the truth of the soul completes his arc, philosophically and symbolically. And a domain like this is very necessary to face the highest threats in this verse, because they are pretty much Sukuna level threat. Almost everybody on that spaceship you could probably consider close to Yuta in strength or even higher. There's about 2 or 3 people on that spaceship that will probably be revealed to be even much stronger than 4-armed Sukuna. And if anybody could help the students fight them, it is only that man, Yuji Itadori. And now let's answer this question. Has Yuji already surpassed Gojo? This is a very tough and controversial question, and the short answer is there is no solid proof yet, but in a few chapters we will find out. And remember guys, Gojo is still often treated as the benchmark for the strongest, even in recent arcs, which is pretty crazy. But in JJK Modulo, it's implied that Yuji's power is matured much more and that he's becoming a major player in whatever is coming. And what will really be game changing is his domain expansion, and if he could tap into the knowledge that Sukuna had about binding valves and his ability to work with curse techniques, Yuji could damn near be the new standard. And I would love to see Yuji take over the mantle as the next Gojo, because we all thought Megumi could have a possibility of doing it. But he probably died to some second grade somewhere along this time skip. Potential man. You really failed us, but it's okay. We still love you. But my guess is that he's at least top 2 in the verse right now, even with the Sumerians. I don't think he can be any weaker because these dudes have a different level of power. And to be honest with you, there's just too many of them on that ship with so much firepower and whatever. I don't think the humans really stand a chance, in my opinion, if they were to all come down. But something needs to happen. And someone needs to make them fear coming to Earth. And I think Yuji would be that guy. Similar to how Kenjaku kind of feared Gojo and basically the whole story revolved around getting Gojo isolated. The same needs to happen with Yuji. He needs to be that strong because these Cimmerians are no joke.